Excellent question here from Paul. Who decided to start back up the Playboy relationship in the mid 2000s? Were the ladies excited? Was there hesitation with promoting it in storylines on TV, knowing it might put parents in a tough spot, trying to explain what the magazine is to their children? That's an interesting topic because Playboy was such a big part of the pop culture, but I just don't think there was ever any chance in, say, the 1980s when Miss Elizabeth was the pinup for WWE that they would have ever even considered that. But listen, during the Attitude Era, it worked. We saw China and we saw Sable and Tori Wilson and a lot of other really successful campaigns. Is that just you trying to change with the times, or talk me through how the Playboy relationship came to be and why ultimately it ended?
The audience grew up. The audience grew up. So you're talking to a much older audience anyway. You weren't programming to the 12-year-olds. You were now programming. Those 12-year-olds had grown up. And also by that time, I think that Playboy was an iconic brand that everybody did know. Whether or not a 12-year-old had ever looked inside, most of them probably had. Um, they knew what Playboy was. They saw it on everywhere you went. You go to Walgreens, there's a Playboy on the newsstand. Everywhere you went, there was Playboy, and they knew what those bunny ears represented. So I think, Playboy was also trying to kind of class up its act, and they were trying to go a little bit more mainstream as well. But it just was it was something that came along, something that Playboy approached us about, and we approached some of our talent about, and some wanted to do it, some didn't. Well, I thought it worked.